Sarah Chen needed the job. 3 months after Marcus Rivera's, quote, accident, Riverside Medical Center was desperate enough to double the night shift pay. The HR manager had been unusually vague about what happened to the previous guard. "Just patrol the East Wing," she'd said, avoiding eye contact. "Make sure everything stays secure." What Sarah didn't know was that she wasn't Marcus's first replacement. She was the fourth. The first lasted 2 nights before quitting without notice. The second made it a week before they found him catatonic in the parking lot, muttering about the dripping man. The third simply vanished during his shift, leaving only his security uniform folded neatly on the front desk, soaking wet. Sarah's first night seemed normal enough. The East Wing was eerily quiet, but old hospitals always were. She'd worked security before, knew how to handle the creaks, the settling sounds, the way shadows played tricks in empty hallways. But on her second night, she found Marcus's logbook. It was hidden behind a loose panel in the security office, pages warped and stained with water damage. The final entries were barely legible, written in increasingly frantic handwriting. Day 5, footprints again, following them tonight. Day 6, room 237. It spoke to me, said I don't belong here. Day 7, can't stop the water. It's everywhere, in the walls, in my dreams. I think it wants me to stay. The last entry was just one word, repeated dozens of times. Drip, 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 drip. That's when Sarah heard the soft patter of wet feet in the corridor above. She grabbed her flashlight and followed the sound, just as Marcus had, just as they all had. Room 237's door stood open. Inside, she saw him. Marcus Rivera, still in his security uniform, water streaming from his hair, his clothes pooling endlessly at his feet. But he wasn't alone anymore. Behind him stood another figure in a soaked hospital gown, the original entity, its black smile wider now. And beside them, 2 more shapes in security uniforms, their name tags reading Jenkins and Torres, the guards who'd come before Marcus. "You're early," Marcus said, his voice gurgling like a clogged drain. "We weren't expecting you until tomorrow night." Sarah backed away, but the door slammed shut behind her. The room began to fill with water, rising from the floor tiles like a spring flood. "Every night shift needs someone to walk the halls," the original entity gurgled, moving closer. "Someone to keep us company, someone to join the patrol." "The hospital tried to close this wing," Marcus continued, water pouring from his mouth. "But we're not ready to leave. We like the night shift. We like the company." The water reached Sarah's ankles, then her knees. She pounded on the door, but her fists made no sound, as if the water had swallowed even her screams. "Don't worry," Torres said, his bloated face splitting into that familiar black smile. "The drowning only hurts for a minute. Then you get to patrol forever." As the water reached her chest, Sarah's last coherent thought was a bitter irony. The job posting had said, "permanent position available." They hadn't been lying. The next morning, the day shift found Sarah's uniform folded neatly on the security desk, dripping wet. The hospital posted another job opening that afternoon. The night shift at Riverside Medical Center was hiring again. And in room 237, 5 figures in various uniforms stood waiting, water eternally dripping at their feet, ready to welcome the next applicant to their permanent night shift. The job always came with excellent retention rates.